Dortmund 5, Union Berlin nil. Oh, how revenge is sweet. Sometimes, depending on what you're doing. Sometimes it's not, but depending on what you're doing, it can be sweet. In this case, it was sweet. Sweet like candy, fruit pastels and Skittles. All of that, man. Congratulations to Borussia Dortmund, man. Fantastic performance. And congratulations to Jadon Sancho because he actually made history today. He is the youngest player in Bundesliga history to reach 25 goals, and he doesn't turn 20 until March. That is absolutely crazy, man. And we had goals today from the usual suspects. Jadon Sancho was off the mark as well, but I know you're waiting for me to talk about him. My boy Haaland. Oh my gosh, this guy is actually a machine, man. What's that? 7 goals in 3 games. It's actually ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And what we're witnessing is the rise of a prolific striker, someone who is going to be the guy for years to come. Now, I don't know how long he will stay at Borussia Dortmund. Nobody knows. Apparently, he's got a release clause in his contract, which I figured would be the case considering that Raiola is his agent and Raiola probably sees bigger things ahead of Dortmund. No disrespect to us because I'm a Dortmund fan, but he probably sees Haaland moving on to bigger and better things in you know, other leagues. You know, there's Juventus who were interested in him. Of course, Manchester United were interested in him as well. And then you've got the likes of, you know, Real Madrid and Barcelona might want to sniff around Haaland as well, you know. Benzema's not getting any younger. He's getting older. They haven't really found a replacement for him yet. Luka Jovic isn't that guy. Zidane doesn't think he's that guy. That could be a possibility. Barcelona in the hunt for a new striker. Not to say they're going to go after him in the summer because that's just unrealistic. But he could be on their list for strikers to look at for the foreseeable future. And then, you know, you got teams like Man City. Again, I mentioned Manchester United. Even Liverpool, you know. You never know what could happen in the summer transfer window with Liverpool or teams like that. So there is a release clause in Haaland's contract, unfortunately. I don't know the actual price because I've heard different sums across every different news outlet. So I'm not going to say a specific price, but there is a release clause there. And, you know, it's only a matter of time. If he keeps doing what he's doing, it's only a matter of time before Haaland does leave Borussia Dortmund, which will be sad, but what can you do? The man is absolutely, he's not even a man, he's a kid. He's absolutely just unstoppable. He's on fire. But again, it was a great performance today. 5 goals. We managed to get past Union Berlin. First goal did come from Jadon Sancho. Bit of luck, but nevertheless, it was a goal. And Jadon Sancho continues his great form. Then Erling Haaland did get on the score sheet as well. Nice assist. I believe it was Hakimi. I think it was a Hakimi. Our typical, you know, sweaty, low-driven cross into the box, and Haaland did get onto the end of it. Marco Reus, we were gifted a penalty. Haaland did try to take around the keeper. To me, it didn't actually look like a penalty. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about anything. It really didn't, but referee gave it a penalty. I believe they checked it on VAR and it was given as a penalty, and Royce did tuck it in the bottom left. Axel Witsel was put through by Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho then got a goal and an assist in the same game. Again, I think that's like 3 games in a row or 2 games in a row he's done that now, which is absolutely crazy. Just shows you how talented Jadon Sancho is. And then Erling Haaland was the last player to get off the mark again, with a beautiful, when I say beautiful, you have to go and watch this highlight, beautiful backheel assist from Julian Brandt, and Haaland was not going to miss given the opportunity. The ball was put on a silver plate, you know what I'm saying? He had to bury that in the back of the net. There was no way my guy was missing. But there were a few situations that did happen in the game. The biggest one, which is causing a bit of concern amongst some fans, is the fact that Hakimi was subbed off earlier on in the game, and also Marco Reus was subbed off in the game as well. And when Reus was subbed off, there was a bit of tension between him and Favre, and I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes. There hasn't been anything reported as of yet, but you could see that Reus was quite pissed off. Like, he was vexed. He was vexed, you know, just simply put. He came off, he unwrapped his wrist tape, he threw that on the ground. That's when I knew Donny was vexed, because you don't really see Marco Reus throw somewhat of a tantrum just like that. Threw off his tape. I don't think he acknowledged Favre, from what I remember seeing. I don't think he did. and there was I don't know who it was, but someone tried to give him a high five. He threw their hand away like he didn't want to do it, and then the camera panned back onto the match, and then it panned back onto Marco Reus, and he was just sat there in his jacket, arms folded, looking pissed. So I don't know what's going on there. To me, I'm just gonna say that he was enjoying himself out there. He was having a good game, and he probably didn't feel like he was ready to come off. Favre is probably resting him for the game against Werder Bremen in the DFL Cup third round on Tuesday. So, you know, that's not far away. It's only a few days away. So we do need to rest some of our big players. Probably just resting him for that, but Reus probably was enjoying himself out there. He didn't feel like he was ready to come off. And a lot of players, when they're in fine form, when they feel good and they're enjoying themselves and they feel like they can get another goal, or they feel like they've not done as much as they should have done and they've been taken off, you know, they are going to throw tantrums, especially if you're someone like Reus who's very passionate about football, very passionate about the team, very passionate about doing as well as he can for the team in every single game he plays, and in every situation he's put in, he wants to provide for Borussia Dortmund. So for a guy like Reus, you would understand why he would probably be somewhat vexed coming off, feeling like he shouldn't have. And then Hakimi was subbed off as well, and we didn't see it, well, I didn't see it, but there was a replay later on after he was subbed off, and he was taking off his boots and he threw his boots on the ground, both his boots. And again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Nothing has been reported, but I can only assume that he felt like he could have done more on the pitch, or he felt like he was doing a lot and still had more to give. Therefore, he didn't feel justified coming off the pitch. That's the only two reasons I can think of as to why both of these guys felt the way they felt coming off the pitch, because it didn't make sense, and nothing has been reported by any news outlet about Hakimi or Reus having any sort of confrontation or situation with Favre. So, you know, hopefully something does come out, we do hear something moving forward. But I can only assume that Favre was probably resting both Reus and Hakimi for the game that we have on Tuesday against Bremen. It is away as well, so we are going to have to play our best team. So yeah, that's literally probably what it comes down to, but we'll see. Hopefully something does come out about that situation. Other news is, of course, you know, I can't skip past this. We have signed Emre Can on loan with an option to buy him for 30 million. I was about to say 30 million Europeans. 30 million euros is the price we'd have to pay if we do want to buy him on a permanent. And a lot of people have been asking me, what do I think of this deal? How does Emre Can fit in? What's he going to be doing? And the first thing I said when this deal was even broken by all major outlets was the fact that I feel like Emre Can is probably going to play as a centre-back. Right now, we're kind of rolling with this 3-4-3 formation, where we are kind of using Guerrero and Hakimi as complete wing-backs, and they're bombing up and down the pitch. And then, or even inverted wing-backs, because Guerrero kind of just cuts in a lot. Like, he's always somehow in the middle of the pitch. I don't know how Donny ends up there, but he always ends up somewhere in the middle of the pitch. I just spilled my coffee. That's not great. Mid-recording, that's great. I'm gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep going, because, you know, this is live. We don't edit none of this out. I'm gonna keep going. So yeah, we do use those two as complete wing-backs. And then we've got 3 centre-backs. Now, our back 3 is very inconsistent. Today, they were on job. They did well. It was good. Other days, it's like we just don't even have a defence. You know what I'm saying? It's just a midfield, and then it's Berkey. You know what I'm saying? You got that whole gap just open. So, having someone like Emre Can would not only provide strength, it would provide great just passing ability to play out from the back, because of course Emre Can is quite good on the ball. His passing stats over the last 2 or 3 seasons have actually been pretty decent. If you look at underneath the surface, because a lot of people are looking on the surface, look underneath the surface, Emre Can's passing ability is actually pretty good, so it would allow that as well. So good vision, good strength, good composure, good passing. It would make sense to convert Emre Can into a centre-back. Now, I don't know if that was in the agreement when he agreed personal terms with Borussia Dortmund, but that's something I could see happening. That was the first thing I said would happen if we did sign Emre Can. He didn't play today, of course, because he only signed yesterday, so that is unrealistic for him to play. You know, doesn't make sense. He's not used to anything we've done. I don't think Donny even stepped in the training center. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even expect him to start on Tuesday or play on Tuesday. If he does play, he'll probably play like the last 10 minutes of the game. I would say we'll probably see something of Emre Can or what he can do for us in the next Bundesliga fixture, which I believe is either against Frankfurt or Bayer Leverkusen. I cannot remember off the top of my head. I want to say it's Leverkusen, but I'm not too sure. It is, as I'm checking, Leverkusen. So that's our next Bundesliga game. So that's where I'd probably expect to see Emre Can. That's where I'd expect him to really... Well, we would see what the plan is for Emre Can, whether he's going to play midfield or if they're going to play Brandt out wide. But Brandt is not like a complete wingback, so that would not make sense at all. And then if we played him in the front three, Reus or Sancho would have to lose their slot, and that's just not happening. You're not going to take the captain off, and you're not going to take a wonder kid who is in rich form off the pitch. I nearly knocked over my coffee again. So we'll have to see what happens. Emre Can's deal has kind of put a lot of question marks over a lot of fans' heads, but we'll just have to see what happens. But I do think he'll play as a centre-back. That's where I think this deal is going. But again, only time will tell. So, yeah, fantastic win today. Great performance. We should have really won by 8 or 9 goals. We missed some chances, to say the least. But we did end up winning 5-0. Great scoreline. Helps us in the goal difference as well, and our push to the title or just even second is still on. You know what I'm saying? People thought we was down and out for the count before January. No, Favre did the business. You know what I'm saying? Board did the business, secured Haaland, and he's come in 7 goals, 3 games. He's not human. Sancho, 25 goals. First wonder kid in Bundesliga history to do so. Donny's not even 20 yet. Listen, our team, this is one of the best Dortmund sides we have seen in a very long time. And I'm just excited, man. I'm really excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. PSG. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. Yeah? I'm ready. I'm signing out. Take care of yourselves. Peace.
Came through dripping Aquafina. I'm sipping 15. Kept a weapon on me. Make digits, I'm on my business. Stack chicken like what it's gon' be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us red run when I tell her peace. Love is love.